Hello friends, today's reading is Mark chapters number 10 and 11. And in chapter number 10, there's a special request that two of the disciples made of Jesus. In fact, when we look at Matthew's recording of the same story, we find that mom was also involved, their mom. And that is, they asked Jesus, can we sit at your right hand and your left hand in your glory in the future kingdom? And of course, Jesus said, that's not for me to say. That's for God to say who sits to my right or my left. But they were trying to get special treatment. Can't you just imagine mom just say, hey, these are my boys and they're, you're close to them. Would you let them sit? And Jesus used this opportunity to talk about servanthood. He says in verse number 42 of chapter number 10, he called them and he said to them, you know that those who are considered rulers of the Gentiles lord it over them, and their great ones exercise authority over them. Basically, those in authority in the world, they climb their way to the top. They step on others to get to the top. And when they get to the top of a position or rulership, many of them, they use their authority and rule over those in excess of what they really should. But in verse 43, it is not shall not be so among you, but whoever should or would be great among you must be your servant, and whoever would be first among you must be a slave of all. For even the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve and to give his life as a ransom for many. So basically, what Jesus is saying to them and you and I is that if we want to be great, we must be a servant. The way to climb to the top is to serve others. That's what Jesus did. And friends, I want to say that let's not be like the world. Let's not have their attitude as far as tearing down. Kind of reminds us sometimes we used to have little biddies or chickens, and you'd put a light in there and they would climb on top of each other, all trying to get close to the light. And sometimes that's what people do in our culture today. They climb on other people and smother other people just so they can get to the top. That's not the way of Christ. The way of Christ is that we serve one another. And I want to encourage you to be a servant to one another. See what you can do to lift people up and to help them. And you will be blessed. Well, God bless you as we look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.